Hi, good evening. This is Paul from Make the Coffee. I've just got a new 1Zpresso grinder here. It's the new X Pro grinder that's just been released. 1Zpresso have been making this grinder available for purchase in Taiwan and China, but it looks like they're also going to make this grinder available internationally, and I got a copy just now from them to kind of review and test for them. So that's a nice little kind of surprise for me, to be honest. I am an 1Zpresso dealer. I do sell their products, but I'm not getting paid for any of their reviews. And basically, when I do a review, I've actually bought the product myself. I'm not getting anything for free from them. Apart from this one, they did actually give me this for free, which is nice. So just wanted to say that up front. So there's no bias here or anything I say about these products. What you're getting inside the box is very similar to all of their products right now. You're getting the dark kind of box here. You're getting the card there with the QR code that takes you to their website to download the manual and the grind reference chart there. Again, a nice double-sided cleaning brush there made out of horsehair if anybody's interested. Okay. With this one, you're getting a free anti-slip ring, and that's a nice kind of inclusion there. That's good. The grinder itself looks like this. Now, there's a few things I'm going to talk about this grinder. Obviously, it's got some differences compared to the other grinders. There's some definite kind of new designs in play here, so I'm going to talk about that. What I'm going to also do is I'm going to disassemble this grinder and then reassemble it to show people how to do that if they get this grinder, just so they've got a reference for that. And I'm going to talk about this new design for the knurled thumb nut and how easy it is to actually calibrate this grinder. And it's really a breeze, but it does need a little bit of explanation because it's not so intuitive at first. Okay, and then obviously you've got your grind handle here that fits nicely on top there. So yeah, that's your grinder there. Unpacked, that's what you've got there. Obviously you've got your grinder, your cleaning brush, anti-slip ring, and your card. The X Pro kind of fits right in between the JX and the JX Pro. It's a little bit smaller than both of them, and it's a little bit lighter, so it's a little bit more portable. Price wise, it's kind of very similar to both of these grinders also. The JX usually retails for about $130 US. The JX Pro around about $160 US. And the X Pro is going for $150 US, so it's a little bit cheaper than the JX Pro, and a little bit more expensive than the JX. But for what you're getting, it's definitely worth paying that extra up from the JX. Just for those 12.5 microns, it's well worth doing that. Also, it is a new design, and those burrs with the 12.5 microns makes this a really nice espresso grinder. This new design, external adjustment dial, again, is really worth it in comparison to the JX. And obviously the JX Pro is really kind of an external adjustment dial also, but not in the same way that the J Max and the K series are. This is kind of more like them, I suppose. But yeah, capacity wise also, it's a little bit less than the JX Pro. The JX Pro is about 30 to 35. The X Pro is 25 to 30. And I believe the JX is also 30 to 35. So it's a little bit less capacity than those two. But again, it's enough to get you easily an espresso shot, a decent double espresso shot, and I would say also a good decent pour over. So again, I definitely think that's worth paying that extra few dollars just to upgrade from the JX for what you're getting there. Disassembling and reassembling this grind is a breeze actually, it's really, really good. Take your grind handle off, a point, take your catch cup off, just put that over there. When your catch cup's off, the next step is you need to open your adjustment dial about 2.5 full rotations. So clockwise, 1, 2, and 2.5. Okay, at that point your burrs are open, you can see they're turning freely. At this point what I do is I take the adjustment dial off completely, that just pops off. Put that down there. Okay, inside what you've got here is their new design. This is their new design thumb nut, and the way to take this off is you push up with your burrs, and you see where you've got this angle where the burr shaft is. You've got a straight edge and you've got an angle. That dot is right on the edge there, and that's what's keeping your burrs on. I'm not touching that right now, I'm not pushing it, but that's what's keeping your burrs in when it's in that position with the dot on that straight line. And if you look here, these little half circles here, they're on the sort of return there, on the straight edge. What you do, push up with your burrs and turn so that dot is on the middle where they were. See how that just slides off now? And I'm going to put that back on and show you how it tightens up. Put that dot back on the edge there, like so, and that's your burrs back in place. So it's really easy to do that. It took me a little while to figure it out, but it's really easy once you know what you're doing. So again, just move that by pushing your burrs up and then move it into the middle, and that just slides out. And then you can take the burrs out like that. There's your thumb nut. And when you put that back on, obviously the dot facing up. So that goes down there, and your burrs, they just slide out like so. It's a disc, your bearings, and then your spring goes there. And there's your burrs on the burr shaft. It's a fixed set of burrs, 40mm heptagonal 7-core. Really nice, really nice. 12.5 microns, so it's an espresso grinder. This easily get some decent grinding for a serious espresso with, you know, non-pressurized porta filter. So that's really, really nice. And that's it, disassembled. To reassemble your X Pro, I start with the outer burrs, and I'm going to put those on like so, and then screw those on, not too tight, just the right amount. At that point, I'm going to get my burrs ready. I'm going to put my spring on like so, and your bearing cap on top like that. Okay, at this point I'm going to sit my body on top of the burr shaft and let that drop into place like that. At this point I'm going to leave my adjustment dial off because it's easier to get this knurled thumb nut off and on with obviously the adjustment dial off. So at this point I'm going to push up with the burrs at the bottom, and I'm going to put my thumb nut on with the dot facing up and let that slide into place. Now the trick with this is, if you can see that there, where that dot lines up with the burr shaft, the straight edge. You can slide your burrs in and out with that. So what you're doing with this is you're going to move your thumb nut to the corner, like that. There. Once that dot is on the edge, on the corner of the burr shaft, that's your burrs are locked up, and that's in place there. Again, I'm going to do that one more time just so people can see. When you move it to the flat side, you can get your burrs in and out. Push in again, make sure that's all the way down, and then move your thumb nut. It's a little bit difficult with my hand there. Move your thumb nut so it's right on the corner with that little dot, like so. And that's it. It's locked in place. Your burrs are on. So this last part, to get your adjustment dial on, you need to obviously sit it on top of your bearings so it's straight. So you sit that on like that, and then it should really just kind of pop into place. Be careful how you put it on there to make sure it is going on properly, because you don't want to bend those spokes inside there, because obviously you don't want to do that. Right, at that point you want to close, make sure your burrs are fully closed by turning your adjustment dial, and this is your calibration. So turn that all the way anti-clockwise until your burrs are closed, and you can see they're not moving. Now, where are we with this? Okay, we're all the way past. We want our 0 here. Now, the easy thing to do with this grinder to calibrate this is to take that back off at that point, get your 0 there, and then put that back on there, that part, and that's it. Calibrated, as simple as that. Burrs fully closed, 0 point, 0 lined up nicely. That's calibrated, that's perfect. Very easy. There's no, trying to adjust your adjustment dial and then move the thumb nut, or take your adjustment dial all the way off and then adjust the thumb nut, put it back on, try it again like you do with the JX Pro. That's it. Very simple. Nice design. And then that's it. That's your grinder ready to go.